Hey everybody, welcome once again to NoDQ&A video right here on youtube.com/NoDQ&AW, and as always, NoDQ.com, your source for the very latest in WWE and TNA. We are coming off Monday Night Raw, got a lot of questions here, so let's not waste any more time, let's get right down to it. This first one comes from J. Rubino Sawyer. Hey Aaron, if Rock, Punk, Del Rio, and Show are all occupied at the Chamber pay-per-view, wouldn't this be the perfect time to do the Shield versus John Cena, Sheamus, and Ryback inside the Chamber? It'd be a different sort of Chamber match, 3-on-3. Seems like a no-brainer. What's funny you mentioned this because this does appear to be the direction that WWE is going in. On Raw, we saw the big angle with the Shield coming down, and then John Cena, Ryback, and Sheamus came out, and they had that brawl, and the Shield retreated. So that naturally seems to be leading towards Elimination Chamber. John Cena is already challenging for the WWE title, so there's really no need to do the Raw Chamber match with the winner getting the title shot, and WWE decided not to have The Rock defend the title in the Chamber and instead go with Rock versus Punk again. So that does leave you with the opportunity to do something different here. And on the WWE app, which I refuse to use, by the way, on the WWE app, John Cena issued a challenge out to the Shield for Elimination Chamber, and then Seth Rollins posted on Twitter, be careful what you wish for. So, yeah, it does look like WWE is going to go ahead and do this match, and it'll be a different kind of Chamber match, and I'm all for it. It's a nice change of pace from what WWE usually does with the #1 contender match in the Chamber or the title being defended in the Chamber. And then, of course, on SmackDown, you'll have the Chamber match with the title shot being on the line. So I'm definitely all for it. I think it's a good idea, and it does add a little bit more interest to the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Alright, this one comes from LT Surreal. Hey Aaron, big fan from Toronto. Who do you think will induct Bruno Sammartino into the Hall of Fame? Good question. That remains to be seen. I think that the no-brainer at this point is Triple H. I mean, after all, Triple H is the guy that, negotiated with Bruno for several months trying to get him to the Hall. Triple H spent a lot of time and effort trying to make this happen. So I think that, it only makes sense for Triple H to be the one to induct Bruno, and he's such a big fan of Bruno's legacy. And nobody can tell that story, I think, better than Triple H. So I think that Triple H is the obvious pick here. Next one comes from AJ Woody 88. With Bruno Sammartino now being inducted into the Hall of Fame, do you think this year's class is the best that WWE has produced since its inception? If not, what has been your favorite Hall of Fame class? This is certainly looking to be one of the strongest Hall of Fame classes that WWE has ever done. Bruno Sammartino, a guy that should have been in it from the beginning. Bob Backlund, another great WWF/WWF champion. He had a tremendous run, and then he had his comeback in the early 90s. Bob Backlund, a huge name. Mick Foley, obviously one of the biggest stars of the Attitude Era, and a guy that is an icon, and so many people admire him. Mick Foley, an obvious choice for the Hall of Fame. And then Trish Stratus, who many would say was the greatest diva performer of all time. I mean, she had everything. She had the look, and she was also a great wrestler. So far, so good. I love this Hall of Fame class. Certainly one of the top ones, just by the 4 names that have already been announced. And as far as my favorite up to this point, I mean, I've always been a big fan of the 2005 Hall of Fame, obviously with Hulk Hogan going in. And I liked the whole idea of the WrestleMania 1 alumni going in, Roddy Piper and Cowboy Bob Orton. I just thought that was really cool. And Jimmy Hart, I really enjoyed that Hall of Fame class. 2004 as well with Jesse Ventura, Bobby Heenan. And 2006 was great too. Eddie Guerrero and Bret Hart. So yeah, that was starting in 2007. I'm not sure if it was 2007, whichever year Coco went in. That's when it started getting a little bit ridiculous, and then they started inducting like Pete Rose and a bunch of celebrities. But yeah, 2004, 2005, 2006, I think were the best years, and this year should be really good as well. All right, this last one today comes from Little Dizzle 4000. Do you think since The Undertaker maybe got a couple more WrestleMania matches left, do you see him going back to the American Badass gimmick? I think in recent years, His WrestleMania promos were kind of boring. He needs a fresh gimmick. Your thoughts? Well, you have to keep in mind that if The Undertaker even has another match, he's only going to be doing, WrestleMania. That's pretty much it. He is all but done at this point. If he comes back, he's coming back for WrestleMania. And there's really no point in doing another gimmick change or going back to an old gimmick. Everyone knows The Undertaker as the Dead Man. That's the gimmick that made him famous, and that's the gimmick he's played for the vast majority of his career. So it's just not going to happen. He's not going to go back to that gimmick again. People want to hear The Undertaker come out with the bell and the whole pyro thing and the whole entrance, the 9 yards. That's what people want from The Undertaker, and it's just not something I think is going to happen. So there you have it. All right, that'll do it for this edition of NoDQ&A video. Thanks as always for watching. Make sure you subscribe, youtube.com/NoDQCAW, and stay tuned this week for more NoDQ&A video.